fly away. It's the first time of today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need.
Go here. Welcome here to the final game of our triple header tonight. This is the Bulldogs up to bat first. Again, visitors on the scoreboard. Want to thank the Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce, along with the Dixon School District, for making this game possible, and our main sponsor, Security Bank of Pulaski County, for all their support. And, of course, for the Plato there. I want to give a good shout-out to the Plato Booster Club for supporting us this year. First pitch was a ball. And, by the way, Kramer is the first batter. Probably should have started out with that. That pitch is going to be fouled off. Now, last game, Kramer came out with 3 outs and 5 at-bats. He also had 2 hits in the ball game. Never did score. Stranded twice on base. That pitch is going to be away. 2-1 count. Pitching for Iberia is Elstein. I did not write anything down from the last game. I apologize for that, but Dixon, that's fouled off. About 2-3 feet wrong direction on the side of the baseline there. It probably would have been fair if it wouldn't have strayed off so far. I'm just realizing my placement, my positions on here for Dixon do not add up. But either way, not a big deal there. Not particularly keen about looking at them too much on there. Foul ball again. That is foul number 2. Kramer still sits at a 2-2 count here. Again, tomorrow there will be no soccer broadcast. That will be replaced with the Waynesville Neosho freshman ball game. And then we also the game on April 1st, Waynesville versus Neosho soccer. That game will also not happen due to a scheduling conflict. We will have another game rescheduled for that, another broadcast. Do apologize for the inconvenience there. This is belted out in the deep and center right field. Double, he is safe. Kramer with a 2-base dinger out there to start this ball game. Beer coming into the plate. I don't believe Beer came in the game at all last game, so he is a new player here. I think he is number 1. I actually need to look up to see what his number was to make sure, but we will verify that.
Now hitting number 6, Tanner Rice.
Okay, it is Tanner Rice. I may have the wrong number wrote down on here, but we will fix it here in just a minute. Definitely a cheerleading crowd is doing their job out there today. So number 6, Tanner Rice out here. I'm not sure why I had number 1 on there for some reason, but we'll just pretend that was not on there and call it a good day here. First pitch to Rice is away. This one, that is out just enough to advance the runner to third. But we're going to have I believe, a 1-3 out. That's the first. Gilbert coming up to bat.
Rice and Gilbert.
So Gilbert coming in. Last game, Gilbert had an error, had a single, and also had 2 flyouts in the ball game in his 4 at-bats. First pitch is going to be a strike. Following this is Rugowitz, McKinnon, and Flaw. And Albright, Code, and Elliott follow them on the Dixon rotation. And that ball is thrown away. Not sure what happened there, but Dixon's going to score off that error. And Bulldogs are going to come away with a run out of this early. So we're going to have a discussion on the field. We're going to take a break. We'll little base dinger. That's going to bounce off the dirt. And Gilbert is out. Good throw on that. That was close on the play, but that will be 2 outs. I believe that is the pitcher that threw that. So
Now hitting number 3, Eli Rogowitz.
that is another 1-3 out, 2 in a row from the pitcher to the first baseman. Rugowitz coming up to the plate here. In the first game here, we'll take a look back at what he did earlier today. And that ball is going to get away. We do have 2 outs. I didn't update those. But Rugowitz, he scored twice, and he had 2 outs. He also had a single and a walk in the game earlier against Bourbon. Rugowitz, a very good ball player here for the Bulldogs. That is down the middle, but it's going to be just out of play. That's a 2-0 count. And again, thank you, Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce here. That ball is going to get away once again. So, 3 balls, no strikes. So now here's a chance for Rugowitz to really get a hit to get on base. I mean, the first pitch is going to be a free pitch no matter what, unless you get it somewhere where you are tagged out. Just want to have good power on the shot. Strike, and that was a pitch that you're looking for right there. So that'll be a 3-1 count coming up for Rugowitz. And that is caught, foul territory, but it will be out number 3. That will be the, I don't know if that's the, we'll say F3 on that, but either way, it'll be out number 3. We'll be back after this for more Bulldog baseball. And Plato at bat. First up for Plato is Mears. If my paperwork is correct, he's playing in the outfield out there. My Dixon paperwork may not be correct, by the way, so we'll just avoid that. That first pitch was a strike. Kramer's going to throw this one a little bit high here. This Bulldog team has some pitching experience. Coming off a couple good seasons here. Lost some talent, though, but also kept some talent here that moved up in the process. We will have some more Dixon Bulldog basketball coming up down the road here. We'll see if we can look at our schedule here and let you know what games are going to be broadcast at Dixon. And we have on April 7th, Dixon versus Conway. That'll be spring softball. And then we're going to have Dixon versus Stoutland spring softball on April 14th. And then Dixon versus Newburgh spring baseball. That will be on April 21st. And then Dixon versus Camdenton spring baseball on April 28th. Good play. That is overthrown. And that run will turn into an error. So he will get on base with an error from the, we'll say that's on the throw. And Chastain will come in here. So first pitch is low. Our upcoming baseball schedule for Waynesville, we have the Waynesville Tigers against Osage. That will be a non-conference game. That ball is out. Runner advances. Throw to third. He will be safe. He did not get tagged. That's going to be a fielding out in center field. So that will be the first out. And then a Lindstein. I'm not sure if I wrote that down right or not, but do apologize for that. First pitch is going to be a strike. Again, looking at Waynesville, we got freshman game against Neosho. That will be on May 31st. And then the runner will score. So Plato will get on the board. Woodruff coming into the plate. Fielder's choice on that last player there. That is 2 outs. Woodruff coming into the plate. Strike one, or ball one. And then we got Waynesville, Webb City, spring baseball. That will be on April 3rd. Then that is soccer. Then we have Waynesville, Willard on April 10th. Two and two count here for Woodruff, 2-1. Foul ball, now it's 2-2. And then Waynesville, that is girls soccer against Parkview, so not what I'm looking at right now. Waynesville, Carthage, Battle of the Tigers on the 17th. Then Waynesville will play Nixa on the 22nd. So Woodruff, 2-2. Golf swing, that is out. That will end the inning. And with that, we're going to have a 1-1 tie. We are not up to bat. And McKinnon last time scored 3 times in the game, so had a good game against Bourbon. That pitch is on the inside. That's going to be a ball. Foul ball, McKinnon. That's going to be the foul ball. Allen Stein is the pitcher. He had 17 pitches in the first inning. Foul ball, strike number 2. So 1-2 count here for the Bulldogs right now. I want to appreciate everyone watching here. I want to appreciate all of our sponsors today. Well, our Dixon School District and also helping the Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce for all of their support. And everyone that has helped throughout the year. I believe he was hit by the pitch there. I didn't think we had enough on that, but so we're just going to do a here, we'll just put an H over here, and that will say hit by pitch. We'll just make that up.
Number 9, Avery Flower.
And Avery Flaw coming to the plate there. Flaw pitched a little bit the last ball game there. Flaw scored twice and had a fielder's choice and also flew to the outfield once in his 4 at-bats. Flaw, one of the younger players out here. And strike on that, so that'll even up the count, 1-1. Following this, Albright, Code, and Elliott. No outs currently still. Runner at first. And 1-2 count here for Flaw. Pitches off. Pitch is going to be hit to short. Second. They can't get the double play. And that's going to be out on the original runner out there. McKinnon will be out. So that'll be the first out of the inning for him. Flaw will advance to first on the...
Now hitting Hunter Albright.
I guess we're going to call that a fielder's choice. Not sure how nice I want to be about that one. He is safe on that, so we're going to call that a single. Fielder's choice. All right. Our announcer says it's a fielder's choice. Up to bat is Albright. He's batter number 7 here for Dixon. That ball is going to be low. I believe it's a 1-1 count here. And that ball is going to be a passed ball. Runner will advance to third. Flaw in scoring position now. 2-2. Or 2-1, depends on how ever. That's a strike though. That's going to be 2-2 now. Now it's 2-2 on here. I was looking at the wrong thing, but foul ball, still 2-2. That will be going back behind the parking lot here. 3-2. Or is it 2-2? I don't know. We'll just stick with what we got. We'll stick with what we know, and we know that that's going to be hit, but Plato will camp under it. Dixon will decide to stay at third base. Good play by the center fielder on that to get the second out of the inning here. And the runner in scoring position. Ball is away. Code up to bat. Still 1-1. Top of the second. Dixon the visitors. Plato the home team. That pitch is going to be, again, away. 2-0 count. Three and 0 count. So Flaw still sitting there on a fielder's choice. Made his way to third so far off a passed ball. And again, the ball is loose. That's going to be a walk. And that will be runners on first and third with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Elliott. Elliott also played in the first game. He came in as a sub. However, Elliott did strike out in his only appearance in the last ball game. So not a lot of numbers to show for him there. At least not yet anyway. First pitch is out. That's going to be a 1-0 count. Just wide outside of the plate there. If you're heading home listening, be sure to watch out for Bambi and all the other critters out there. I was talking to someone today, and Tom the turkey decided to run out in front of them and his family, so keep an eye out for good old Tom the turkey and Bambi. And pitch is bobbled. It's going to be out. That will end the inning. So with that, we're going to have a 1-1 ball game after 1.5. We'll be back after this. Are here, bottom of the second, and we're going to start off with a error. Cruz will get on base first. I believe that is Cruz. It's going to be an E4. So, 1 pitch, 1 runner on base here. Dilly coming up to the plate here. Q Dilly with Quentin, by the way. There's 2 of them.
Now hitting number 26, Quentin Dilly.
Followed by McCabe and Hildebrand, and then F. Dilly coming up after that.
I don't remember him.
So 1-0 count right now on this. And runner with a bit of a lead there, but nowhere to go on that. And right now, none of the Bulldogs are watching second either, though. Runner goes. Can't get the throw. That is off the bag, so runner will still. Cruz will advance to second base. 2-1 count for Dilly. Got our first semi-pro football game. It'd be 8-man action, or only 8-man ball game. Midwest Assailants against the Springfield Kios. That will be down in Carthage, Missouri, Saturday. A 1 p.m. kickoff for that. Yes, we do kick in that league there. And we're going to have a base on balls for that. So runner will move over to first. Runners on first and second.
Porter McCabe.
And we're going to have a discussion here. We're going to take a quick break about sportsmanship. We are back here. Runners at first and second. Little conversation with Kramer at the plate. Still pitching here. McCabe at the plate now. I was about to say, I'm not sure why I'm missing a spot here, but it's because I had a walk and didn't put a line on there. Foul ball. 0-2 count for McCabe. Dixon in the hole right now. Leading runners are on base. 1 at second. And a little extra insurance at first right now. This is hit deep. Dixon. Is it caught? It is not caught. It is a single. That will load the bases. But we have a runner out at third. There's the official tag there. Seeing him walking off. But, well, I mean, it didn't advance much. It got a hit out of there, so 1 out.
Now hitting number 7, Chris Hildebrand.
But we'll give McCabe a single on that. Good attempt on the play, though. Two strikes in a row there. I'm assuming the announcer agrees that was a single, right?
Fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice. At least we don't call that an error. I guess he's telling me I'm not going to be a professional scorekeeper anytime soon here. That ball is out. So 2-2 count. Ball off the plate. Got away a little bit there. I do admire some of those work the scorekeepers do. And strike 3. So that's going to be out number 2.
I can do it. I'll check my schedule.
I guess I already had one out. It added it extra. But anyways, coming up next is Dilly. It is Fisher Dilly. Be the bottom of the lineup here. We'll reset to the top of the lineup after this. Still runners on first and second. Dixon able to get the lead runner out, so didn't give up anything yet. Plato and Dixon, a pretty good baseball rivalry here. Had some good basketball games also. Both members of the Frisco League, along with many of these teams in this tournament. This is just one half of the tournament here. We have a whole nother half that you guys have to come out to see.
It's his first pit where they pitch. They actually pitch.
Still a 1-2-0 count now. And a little discussion down there.
What? Oh, the sprinklers came on?
Oh, somebody must have got in there. I'll get it.
We'll get it.
Oh, and we're going to have a
Like the center fielder, I think.
sprinkler hazard going on out there.
Sorry about that.
I believe that might be a hazard. We're going to take a break here while the sprinkler system has been turned off. Back to the baseball action. And that is a strike. That is number 1. 2-1 count. That is a strike number 2. 2-2 count. Runners still at first and second. Full count now, 3-2. Runners again still at first and second here. Fisher Dilly. Runner is caught. He's tagged. That is out number 3. And that is Dilly. He's going to be out. Kramer scored in the first inning. The Dixons only score in this ball game. And sidearm pitch. That's going to be off target. Top of the third, by the way. Two runners left stranded by Plato that last inning there. Dilly will come back to the plate, reset, and do it all over again. So far, these two teams having a tight ball game here. Strike, 1-1. Swinging strike by Kramer. Might be 1-2 here, but ball on the ground, so I'm assuming it is 2-2. No argument down on the field. Coming up next, Rice, Gilbert, and Rujewitz. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. It is a tongue twister. This ball is popped up. This is camped underneath. Center fielder is going to bring that down, no problem. F8 will turn into the first out. Rice coming up to bat. Rice had a 1-3 put out here in field. Out. Now last game though, Rice scored once, got on base with an error. We have a line, but we have no reason how he got on base. And he had 2 strikeouts. So he did make it on base at some point. I don't know what he did, but there's a line there that says he made it on base. It's one of those mysteries of the universe that we won't know what happened. Or I could just go back on the video and figure it out. It'll just go in the wasn't watching category. And out number 2, just like that, is a fly out.
Now hitting number 25, Bryson Gilbert.
Gilbert coming up to bat. So we're going to put a WW on that. Gilbert with the foul ball going back. That will be a strike there. Gilbert in the last game had an RBI, scored once, and had 2 flyouts along with reach base by error. And we're going to have a third out of the ball game here. Third to first. We'll be back after this.
I can't even. I started coaching. I was the assistant coach. First time I ran coach. I was his
And that pitch is off target. That's a ball.
and then because you couldn't play after 8. And then I started coaching summer teams, 16, 18-year-olds, and I did that for 10 years, and then went to 14, 15-year-olds for a couple of years. And then back to the
So 1-1 count here. Dilly, that pitch inside, 2-1.
Yeah. I remember so I had these traveling teams, and I would have those big all-star teams. I won 14 district titles doing that. 3 state champions. Well, actually, one was a title state championship.
3-1 count.
That $3 would get you a half a cup of coffee.
And that is a strike. 3-2. We got a full count here. Coming up next is Mears, Chastain, and Ellenstein.
Play for a guy that really
And strikeout. That is strikeout number 3 in the ball game here.
now hitting number 3, Tristan Mears.
That is the first out of the inning.
Coach, when we were freshman sophomores, had played at Kansas State and had been drafted by the Mets, and he just knew the game.
And again, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce and Dixon School District, along with our main sponsor, Security Bank of Pulaski County.
Played for Dave Plasmeyer his first year as coach.
I got a Pepsi here that is about to be more Pepsi out of the bottle than in the bottle here. A little bit of pressure in this thing. 0-1 count. Or 1-0 count.
He's a really good guy and became a really good baseball coach.
1-1 count now. That will even things out.
Horrible, because he was young.
Mears scored in the last inning. He reached on an error.
And they went to the Final Four, and they were like 5 games below 500.
And he reached also on,
He didn't have another
I
losing
believe, a
season
bad throw.
for like 10 years and only had 2 losing seasons after that. And
So 1-2. This pitch outside, 2-2.
my son played for him as a sophomore. They went to the Final Four.
Already 3 innings into this. Foul ball. That is still 2-2.
Plasmar's freshman.
Ball fouled to the right near the dugout.
Well, it was here Amanda was born. In 88.
I believe Code is out pitching. He is.
Watch Forsyth's got it.
This ball's overthrown. That's going to be an error.
Now hitting number 11, Cole Chastain.
So Mears will make it on base. Chastain coming up. Chastain flew out to center field in the first.
Okay, my first was here was when Alex, so it was last spring was my first.
This is a high ball. Dixon's looking for it. Catcher can't catch the ball. That would just be a long foul or high foul. 0-1 count after that. And I apologize for the video there. It's the connection's not the best, but major issue here is the net there. It's just not liking my camera.
So we understand the same. You know, if we were talking about launch anchors and all that,
Chastain, well, I was about to say he was ready for his pitch, but the pitch instead goes to first. Tries to get Mears, but can't get Mears yet. Let's see if my... This is going to be hit. Error on the Bulldogs on the shortstop. Runners on first and second. Still 1 out.
yeah.
So we had an E3, and now we're going to have an E6 on this one.
Now hitting number 15, Cutter Allenstein.
Ellenston coming up to bat here. He has runners on first and second. Score remains the same, 1-0 here. Dixon, last time this happened, force out at third on the fielder's choice. And this is going over to third. Dixon has to stop it. Dixon out on third once again. That is 2 in a row that the Bulldogs have done that. Looks like minus 56 minutes. We are here. It is the top of the 4th inning here. Dixon up to bat. Dixon able to get out of a squeeze once again. Gets the 2-out play out at center field and then gets the ball, long throw, force out at third, able to keep the Bulldogs going there. So score remains 1-0. This is going to be belted high. And that's going to be a all the way out F7. That's going to be our first out. And McKinnon is coming up next here. McKinnon has been in the game once. He was hit by a pitch before he was tagged out at second base.
57 minutes, almost 58 minutes.
So about 45 minutes left in this ball game here. 1-1 count for McKinnon. A 1-2 count, or 2-1. Thank you, everyone, for watching here tonight. I know your choice of programming includes college basketball, which is as far superior coverage to that. And strike down the inside corner of that. So 2-2 count for McKinnon. Maybe 3-2. We'll go with that number also. And this ball is fair. Oh, it is not fair. Okay. So, still alive, though. Don't worry, I only do official games for another unnamed team, the official book. And there are no mistakes during those games. Perfect book. Foul ball, still alive. Foul number 2.
I thought we'd done a better job than that too. Take a little bit longer to bats.
Plato here in this pitch count. He was at 52 coming into this. And that's going to be a walk, so that's going to be 6 pitches plus 3 more. So he is over 60 pitches now in this ball game. Coming up to bat is Flaw. Flaw's had a good night tonight again. He's pitched a little bit, had a little bit of success there. But Flaw has scored twice and had 2 RBIs in the last ball game. So Flaw deserves a little bit of ice cream there on the way home.
If he can get on, it's an automatic.
Inside, passes up the second baseman, so runner will advance to second. Fielder's choice, that will be out number 2. Coming up, Albright to bat. He flew out in the second inning. Flew out pretty deep out there in center field, so probably wants to avoid that. And then McKinnon dancing around out there on second base, keeping the he's keeping the shortstop busy, it looks like. And a little dance, he gets the lead out of that. Throw to first, that is out number 3. That is going to be a 4-3 put out for out number 3. And we'll be back after this. We're going to have a word about back here, bottom of the 4th. Up to bat is Plato. I should probably look at who's up to bat. It should be Woodruff. It appears to be Woodruff here. First pitch is low. Second pitch on the outside. That one is going to be wide. So we got low and wide. We'll see what Dixon can do here. Maybe down the middle this time. See if that is the plan. Nope, we're going wide again. So we got a 3-0 count to Woodruff. Now pitching for the Bulldogs here. Kramer just coming in the game. Only has a handful of pitches on him. Well, a handful and a half. Does manage to get a strike out of that 4th pitch. But Woodruff belts one down. Is that caught? He caught it.
No, that was his sunglasses.
That is a beautiful catch out there, and wow. That is a nice catch out there. It's going to be out number 1.
20, Levi Cruz.
I believe that is the center fielder that did that. And we're going to see, that is Albright, I believe. At least that's what I have wrote down on here. Can't guarantee what I have wrote down is always true, but we'll just call that Albright. And this one is high. That one might get away. It's fair. That's going to lead to a very long single. So Cruz will pick up a long single here. Dilly coming up. Quentin Dilly. Quentin Dilly he was walked, and then he picked up the 3rd out of the 2nd inning when he was tagged out on the force out.
Now in number 26, Quentin Dilly.
So runner on first, 1 out. We are tied. It is the bottom of the 4th. Next broadcast will be on Friday. Be a 4 o'clock or 4:30 start. I really don't remember which one, but just join us about 4 and we'll have something for you there. That'll be over at Bandy Field at East Elementary Complex, just between Waynesville and St. Robert. 2-1 count. But Waynesville Tigers will be hosting the School of the Osage Indians coming to town from Lake of the Ozarks in a non-conference ball game. Waynesville coming off a big victory over Lakeway on Saturday. This ball out of play. That is behind. So 2-2 count. What am I doing here? Pitch low, 3-2. And Dilly here again, he reached base in the 2nd. He was walked, and he will be walked again. So 2 walks for Dilly. He'll remain 0-0 officially in the ball game, but he'll get some base time.
Now hitting number 6, Porter McCade.
McCade coming up to bat for Plato here. Plato again, runners on 2nd. And also a runner on 1st. This is the 3rd time that they have done that.
I don't know which ones are done.
And that is a loaded base now. Loaded bases. As the batter was hit.
Now hitting number 7, Chris Hildebrand.
So hit by pitch for McCade. Bases are loaded now. Hildebrand up to bat. He struck out in the 2nd, leading to the 2nd out of that inning. High pitch, ball 1. So 1 hit anywhere in the outfield will bring in at least 1, if not 2. Wild pitch brings in a runner. And that ball took off. Plato will take the lead. Wild pitch on that will bring in the run. Runners on second and third. Dilly and McCade will move into scoring position. Hildeband will get a 2-0 count. And nearly got hit again on that. 3-0 count. Dixon has replaced the pitcher once in this ball game here, so I think with double headers here running low on pitching is a factor sometimes. 3-1 count. Temperature change also happening out there, so walk on that. Bases loaded again. Runners on first, second, and third.
Now hitting number 3, Tristan Mears.
I believe Fisher Dilly out there.
Actually hitting number 4, Fisher Dilly.
Or Fisher Dilly up to bat. Ball is away. Dilly has been officially at bat once, unofficially at bat twice. He struck out in the third. Strike on that. 1-1. Just one out here in the game. Bases loaded still. Plato's picked up 1 run so far. I'm doing a bad job of keeping up on all this stuff here. But again, thank you for joining us. I'm sure Mike Flaw is out there watching and enjoying the ball game. Among other people. Hopefully 5 other people. 3-2 count here. Loaded bases, full count, 1 out. Dixon needs something to, if it is hit, that's a walk. That will bring in a run. So the run will be brought in by a walk. Everyone else will advance.
Now hitting number 3, Tristan Mears.
And Mears will come up to bat with bases still loaded. So Plato has a 2-run lead now. One thing here, time could be a factor because this next inning, the 5th inning, could be the last inning. Because this inning here is taking a while. Got to be something to say besides inning here. 1-1 count to Mears. Mears has reached on an error twice, and he has scored once, left stranded. Actually, he was the 3rd out of the 3rd inning. 2 innings in a row. Dixon got lucky, got the force out, but a little bit of a squeeze right now trying to get out of this. And that shot is also low. 3-1 now. Three and 2. Bases loaded again. And full count situation. So Dixon with the chance. These windows getting a little bit foggy up here. And that is going to be safe on the hit. That's going to be an error. And we're going to take a break here, I think. Nope, we're not taking a break, but that's the 3rd error for that allowed Mears to get on base. That one by the 3rd baseman, also an error by first. And an error by the shortstop.
Thought he got stepped on. Maybe he read
4-1 in favor of Plato. Chastain up to the plate. He flew out to first. He reached on an error in the third. And most of these runs by Plato here, a lot of these on-base situations have resulted in reaching base by an error. So the Bulldogs making some defensive mistakes here. 2-0 count. Making that a 3-0 count now, as that is again inside. We are one runner away from cycling through to the next batter. That is a strike, so 3-1. Coming up next to bat is Ellenstein. He has a fielder's choice that he was out, and he also has a fly out, but again, so Hildebrand. So officially, Code will end with 42 pitches on the night. Plato base is still loaded here, 5 runs. And a 3-0 count for Ellenstein. Our next batter will be Woodruff again. He started this with a flyout. And that will bring in another run. So 6-1 now, Plato on top. So Woodruff struck out also in the first. And I'm assuming time-wise we are getting up there. I have an hour and 33 minutes on the clock here. I want to thank Jennifer Roberts for being a member on Allen Hilliard Sports. Gets to watch all that content, and
now hitting number 20, Levi Cruz.
Again, the rotation will continue here as 7 runs now for Plato. So Cruz will come in. I should probably put how these people are getting on base on here at some point. But we'll put walks on these. And 1 ball, 2 balls. 2-0 count. Two and 1 count after the strike on that. Three and 1. Still just 1 out in the inning, and that was the first batter. And this ball is going to be a wild pitch, I believe, or a walk, either way.
Now hitting number 26, Quentin Dilly.
And that will rotate Elwestein and Woodruff into scoring position. Cruz will move to first. So Dilly now, Quentin Dilly, up to bat. He has scored once on a walk, and he has also reached base on a walk before being tagged out to end the second inning. And 2-0 count once again here. Of course, Baker is okay out there. He got hit. He's the one that got hit earlier. He is all right. Talked with him. Strike on the swing. 2-1 count. So 7 runs. It's an 8-1 lead right now for Plato. Strike 2, 2-2 count. Want to give a special thanks to the Dixon School District and also Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce for being our newest partner here to bring you Dixon Sports. That pitch is away, full count. And Dixon will bring in another run on the walk. So Cruz is on track. McCade coming to bat. Cruz is on track now at third base to score every single run for Plato in this inning. As 8 runs have scored. And I'm just curious what the scoreboard's going to say if we get double digits on there, because there's only 1 digit on that scoreboard during the innings. Let's see what kind of magic they've done. 1-1 count. And McCade, he was hit by a pitch. He scored this inning. And then he got on base with a fielder's choice in the second. Was left stranded. Second strike. And a nowhere. They're going to get out on first, I believe. But we're going to have a run score. So fielder's choice on that.
Now hitting number 7, Chris Hildebrand.
So that's going to be out number 2. That did bring in another runner, though. So every Eagle has scored in this inning now. It did advance 2 more. And that pitch will bring in another runner here. Cruz will come in. So that will be 10 runs in this inning. So 11-1 now. And we are getting close to that time limit here. And I believe at the time limit, since this is the bottom of the inning, that will be the end of the ball game as soon as we hit that time limit. Foul ball. That is strike number 1. So 2-1 count. Hildebrand up to bat. Not a lot of subs this ball game. Both teams pretty much playing everybody. That was the starter. Three-one count. You can hear the hum of those lovely old lights out there. It's like the old gyms back in the day. That's how you know they're working. Strike 2 on that, so we have a full count. Runners at second and third. And loading the bases once again. So Fisher Dilly coming up to bat. He scored in the last inning there with a walk.
Play number 4, Fisher Billy.
Runners at first and third. The other runner did come in earlier. I apologize for that. That's a So 1-0 count here for the Bulldogs. One and one count for the Bulldogs, checking at third. Dilly has a strikeout today and a walk where he has scored. 1-2 count. So chance for Dixon to get out of this inning here, but I believe they will have to score 10 runs to stay alive in this ball game. But looking at the time there, I have an hour and 42 minutes on my timer on the game broadcast. So, actually about a 15-minute gap here between the games, so Dixon will have a chance to have their half inning, it looks like. Runners caught between, that was 3 outs anyway. So Code up to bat for the Bulldogs. He has a walk, and that is what he has done today. That was in the second. And Dixon needing 10 runs here.
Yeah.
2 balls now thrown by Plato. Two 1 count for the Bulldogs. Next up is Elliott, then Kramer, then Rice. So 3-1 count for Dixon. And full count now for the Bulldogs. Dixon has 1 run. That was Kramer. Strikeout on that. First out of the inning. Coming up next, Elliott. Elliott had a F3, so it was a caught at first, I believe. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Pitch is inside. That's a ball. Remember, if it's wrote down, it's true. Or semi-accurate. One of the two. Second pitch is away. That's 2-0 count. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Internet, what are you doing, Internet? There you go. Internet, you are not doing good things right now. But I got no errors, so we'll just keep on rolling. 2-2 count. That is a foul. Almost had the strikeout.
Yeah.
3-2, full count for the Bulldogs. And a walk. Dixon will head on base. That will be just the... I believe that might be the first walk of the... Nope, that is walk number... That is walk number 2 for Plato. The last walk was Code back in the second inning for this Plato team, and that was a whole pitcher ago. Kramer up to bat now. Kramer has scored once, had a double. He flew out to the center fielder in the second, or the third. And that is where we stand today. 1-1 count. Tomorrow's the Waynesville Track Open there. You know, we invite you out to that. Enjoy. Support these athletes here as some of them get their first meet action on. That's going to be a catch by the left fielder. That is out number 2. Tanner Rice coming up to bat. Rice has had a F6 fielded by the shortstop and a 1-3 putout. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is also a ball. We are just in the 5th inning here, so this will probably be the last inning. .30 count. It feels like it's getting chilly outside. I don't like chilly in a car that don't like to have a heater that works. They didn't tell me it'd get cold tonight. And that pitch is also a walk here, so 2 Bulldogs on. Elliott at second, Rice at first. Up to bat is Gilbert. Dixon's got to run the cycle here at least once to get back in this game. And that will load the bases. So runners on first, second, and third. Up to bat is Rujewicz. I am sure that is spelled completely wrong. We're going to have a discussion here. Dixon needs to get something going here. They got runners on all 4 bases right now. A new pitcher, I didn't even write down who the pitcher is, but our batter is Chastain is the pitcher. Our batter's number 3, by the way. It's getting late tonight, and these names that are very long are getting harder to pronounce at this point. But Chastain coming in. I didn't even write down his last pitcher's numbers, but it'll be okay. 2-1 count on the Bulldogs. Again, I want to give one last thank you, though, to Dixon School District, Dixon Area Chamber of Commerce. This hit is out, and that is out number 3. That will end the game. Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. That is our final out. And we will see you on Friday from Tiger Town. Waynesville Tigers hosting the Osage Indians. Have a good night. Be safe. And we
fly away. It's the first time of today.